and gentlemen, welcome to the 2025 European Sub-Junior and Junior Classic Powerlifting Championships. We're live from Dulskinenkai, Lithuania, and this championship is presented by Maniac Fitness. This is just another long day of powerlifting ahead. 3 flights today, starting off this morning with the 83s C. My name is still Alexander Daike, RDE coach. But I'm here joined this morning by someone that's been a 3-time participant at IPF Worlds, coach and podcast host, Mr. Jochen Strubbe.
You pronounced that very well. Thank you so much.
Woo! That's a great compliment for a commentator and a speaker. Difficult
Absolutely.
names to pronounce here, Europeans.
Absolutely.
How are you feeling this morning?
Feeling pretty good. Yesterday I was feeling a bit beat down from the long week, but I'm excited and very grateful for the opportunity to sit here.
You're saying from the long week, but maybe from the huge squat you did today, yesterday too, no?
No, it wasn't that huge, but the bar was very whippy.
See, he's humble too. So for the 83s this morning, 11 of them in the C group, openers ranging from 195 to 225. As an opener for a junior in the C group, 225 is already a lot, and most of them are looking to beat their nominations. It might be a stretch saying they're going to compete with the B and A group later on, but we've seen medals from the C group and B groups earlier this week, so maybe a surprise in the making.
Very true. Let's see.
First lifter out from Greece, Georgios Servakis, 195. See, that's already your personal best.
I like the fact that he's taking his time to set up, not rushing. First attempts can be scary.
Oh yeah. Especially if you're not used to squatting in the morning.
Absolutely.
We've seen Greek lifters having troubles with their opener. He's not one of them. 3 white lights. He's on the board.
Yeah.
What would you say is a reasonable opener? Like, do you have any guidelines for your lifters?
So how I usually go about like the attempt selection when I have a call with my athletes or I have the discussion, we start out with the third attempt, we see where we want to end up, and then we build back towards the opener.
Known to Glenvilla, Malta, 200 kilos. So maybe if we wanted to end up like in the 220, 225, 200 would have been his opener?
Around there, yeah. Then he could jump like 200 to 212, maybe 215 if he's feeling good, and then somewhere around 220 to 225 on the third. Very solid looking note.
And there's gonna be 3 white lights, even though he has a wider stance, which makes for a difficult call from the front sometimes.
That's true, that's true.
Now to Dassos Papakyriakou from Cyprus, 210 kilos.
Again, very good pronouncement of the name, I guess. I hope so.
I've been working on it.
Yeah. Good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very optimized squat. You don't need to sink your squat more than what is required for depth. Just what's needed to convince all 3 refs and collect 3 whites.
You don't get any extra points for your depth. Just make sure it's good enough.
Now onto the Latvian Germans Popovs, 210.
.5 below his personal best. That was smooth. Training must have been going well.
Yep, 3 white lights, a good lift. I think he's due for a personal best on the second.
Absolutely.
I'm not expecting him to only jump 2.5 on that one.
Well, there's at least 2.5 left in there.
At minimum.
Yeah.
Now into Arminas Melis, the Lithuanian competing on home soil. That must feel great. Even though you're in the C group, you're at Europeans, but at home,
It's different. It does make a huge difference if you don't have to travel. We know the Americans love to say travel doesn't matter, but it does.
oh yeah, it does. We need Euros in Belgium though.
That'd be really cool. Again, another really solid opener.
Yeah, that's gonna be 3 white lights. So far, so good. All 5 openers have been scored. No red lights. Next up for 212.5, Kjeld Christopher Klutznik from Estonia. And we can see that one of the arms of the rack is tilted. For who would you advise that for?
The lifters who tend to like step when they unrack the bar and they step out, like they have like this somewhat like crooked walkout. They step like outward instead of backwards. So to make sure they don't bump against the rack. Again, speedy.
Yeah, he looked confident under the bar. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Solid selection of openers so far.
Now Sakabella, Malta. More and more Maltese lifter. It's a growing federation over there.
Yeah, since one of our main sponsors is Visit Malta, I think that has something to do with it.
And we're going back to Malta in 2026.
Yep, I think the first one's gonna be Open Euros.
Yeah, in March.
Yep, it's gonna be fun.
Surely you'll be there.
I'll be there. Very nice opener.
Yeah, that was speedy. Arguably the fastest so far.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, 3 white lights, a good lift.
Very efficient squat as well. Able to stay very upright. Yeah, beautiful.
Next up, Petar Rendulic from Croatia, 217.5. 45 seconds. He just needed to tie his wrist strap because the only piece of equipment you're allowed to adjust on the platform is the belt.
Yeah, giving fist bumps to the spotters and loaders to show respect. Always nice.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. They've been doing a great job so far.
Safe, very predictable.
Yeah.
Do not interfere with the competition. Only 1 missed load out of 7 days of competition.
Yeah, really good.
Nice and controlled.
And that was very fast as well.
3 white lights, a good lift. What would you be comfortable loading onto that? Some maybe 12 and a half?
Yeah, I'd say 12 and a half. Depending on what the goal is, but like 12 and a half, maybe 15 if they're feeling confident.
Yeah, just
Wouldn't be unreasonable.
a second to try and gauge what's left for the third, really.
Absolutely.
3 more openers to go. Next up is Leandro Viveros from Portugal, 220.
Wearing the SBD full length. Seeing a lot of lifters wear that.
Yeah, is that the new meta?
I guess it is. Yeah, also very solid opener.
3 white lights, a good lift. I've heard it's easier to get the knee sleeves on with them.
Yeah. Also, you probably have to use less baby powder.
True.
For the deadlifts. So
But according to the rulebook, you're still obligated to put on deadlift socks.
yes, that's true.
Penultimate opener 225 for Sim Kalmus, Estonia.
Shout out to the Estonian lifters. I have an Estonian lifter with the same name as him, also called Sim Salin.
My man is multinational. Doesn't only coach in Belgium.
You know it. Yeah, very solid.
Would you say that's a pretty pronounced low bar for someone that squats in heels?
Yeah, I'd say so, but what you see mostly is, so they call it the French low bar. Um,
I'd argue it's more of a Spanish low bar these days, but
these days, that's very true, yeah. But what you see is that they usually prefer to have heels on for that, or a much wider stance. Of course, depending on the leverages, but that's what you'll see most of the time.
final opener, Viljami Javanainen from Finland, 225. He has a strong squat on him. Personal best of 258. I'm hoping this one's easy.
Yeah, I hope as well. Oh, a little harder than expected.
Yeah, I would say so. But 3 right lights, a good lift. Maybe you just want to get into the swing of things.
Yeah, and maybe he's one of those like slower lifters. Maybe he's able to grind out everything he does.
Yeah, and we said no bonus points for extra depth, no bonus points for extra speed.
Very true.
But after this first round of squat, we have everyone on the board, and some of them are gonna make pretty sizable jumps. 20 kilos, 17 and a half. It'll be interesting to see how these squats develop. First out is Giorgio Salvakis, Greece, 205, a jump of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, no lift for lack of depth. And all 3 refs on the platform are unanimous. Nothing the coach can do. Do you think he was far off?
I wouldn't say he was that far off, but I would definitely retake because he didn't look very sure underneath the bar. So they definitely want to sink it for the last one.
Yeah, in that case, it takes an automatic retake.
Yeah.
Now Glenn Vella from Malta, jumping 12 and a half. Yeah, I'd say that's a reasonable second.
Yeah, solid second.
It's gonna be 3 white lights, a good lift. I think that's good pace if he wants to try and match his personal best of 222.5. I mean, repeating what you did at home at Europeans is already pretty good.
Yeah, I agree.
German Popovs from Latvia, 220.
A 7.5 kilo PR.
And when you're looking at the second attempts, does your criteria to choose the third depend on the lifter?
Yes.
The way they squat, etc.?
Yeah, definitely. The jumps they're used to taking in training.
Because some could say that was slow, and for some, that's still very fast.
Yeah, that's true. That's why you have to know your lifter. Make sure everyone you're handling, you've seen their lifts, you've seen how they lift, their tendencies are.
Next up, Arminas Melus, Lithuania, 225, jump of 12 and a half, above his personal best.
Yep.
Once again, super deep from him.
Yeah.
3 white lights. He's extending his personal best. Would you say your strategy for the third is different in a C group than in an A group? Because you're not really pushing against anyone, you're just trying to do your best. Would you risk in 5 if you were tempted between a 2.5 and a 5?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think it depends on a whole lot of things. Like, of course, always depends on the goals of the lifter. We sometimes maybe have to temper expectations a bit, but if you're in C group, I think you should aim to go 9 for 9, build the biggest total possible, and have fun on the day. Because you already made it here. Let's make it a fun time too.
Now let's see if Tassos Papakirakou can improve his mark in the squat event. That's 225.
Oh yeah, a really solid second.
Yeah, that's going to be 3 white lights. I think he's also due to at least match his personal best of 230.
Yeah, I agree.
A bigger jump of 15 now for Zach Abela from 215 to 230 kilos.
He said his opener was the fastest of the bunch. So let's see.
Bit of an asymmetrical lockout, but still pretty easy. 3 white lights.
Yep.
And the thing is, he's one of the least experienced out of the bunch. Only 2 years of competitive experience. 21 years old. It doesn't feel the class at all. He's 79. So with 2 more years in the juniors and some more muscle mass, it could be a real threat in the A group in the next year.
Definitely, we can see some good things from him.
I'd say the C and B groups are really groups for development, and you see rising stars out of these groups.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't say we are able to predict the future, but sometimes we see some talent.
Yeah, you just see like how some lifters move their PRs. Like you know, some of those lifters who just move everything so freaking fast.
And talking about freaking fast, we have Christopher Klusnik from Estonia attempting 230 kilos, personal best of 10.
Yeah.
Somewhat sticky towards lockout, but that's the same exact squat pattern. Is still on, technically speaking. 3 white lights. And in that case, I think if you don't really know the lifter, it's difficult to gauge how much he has left in the tank.
Exactly. You'll tend to be more conservative, but you just have to ask the lifter then. How'd that feel?
Yeah, because maybe a coach will load 2.5, and maybe he knows he has 7.5 with that technique.
Exactly.
Now Petar Rendulic, Croatia, 232.5.
Five kilos below his personal best. If this moves well, he can definitely surpass that. Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's still very quick.
for sure.
Hopefully the next one is at least 240 kilos.
It should be, yeah.
The thing is, if you are used to making big jumps in the C group, that's very useful because you don't need to choose attempts for medal position to try and surpass anyone. You can just do your best, put your best foot forward, collect attempts.
Great point, just run your own race. I can see they put in 242.5.
Love that from him. Now Viljami Javanainen, Finland, 237.5. Hopefully that's not too big of a jump. We know he's a huge squatter, but his opener was questionable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely not the easiest. see the lights. Okay.
One
Blue.
blue. I didn't pick up any downwards movement. Can you maybe notice a soft lockout?
Let's see. Yeah, maybe. The knees were a bit wobbly, but yeah.
I think when he received the command, they were extended.
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say so.
If he meets the chief ref, he should be fine. Jury seems to be happy with it. We move on to Leandro Viveiros, Portugal. 240 kilos, jump of 20 for a personal best of 15.
Oh, yeah.
He's looking good today.
Yeah. Very nice squat.
3 white lights. New personal best. One final squat in the second round for the 83C group. Sima Kalmus from Estonia. 245. Still super smooth.
Another solid second.
So only one missed attempt so far. It's Selvakis from Greece. Out of 22 attempts, that's not bad.
Nope, definitely not. They also chose to retake, which I would say is a very smart thing to do.
And one thing we notice on the board is that Shivanainen from Finland has decided to exit out in final attempt.
Yeah.
Not finishing it in the squad event today, maybe a difficult prep. And I'd say that could be a reasonable choice. Trying to get 5 in the squat, but losing 15 on your deadlift is not a sensible decision. So the retake we were talking about, Georgios Salvakis from Greece, 205. Just that bit more depth.
Yeah, just a bit more of a confident descent speed, and then he should make it. Just looked a bit shaky on the last one.
So before the lift, you would have given him a speech about confidence.
Always, always. So let's see.
That looks better from afar.
Yeah, that definitely looked a bit better. So let's see. Yeah, 3 white lights, beautiful.
Looks like it is about confidence indeed.
Yeah, like the thing you'll notice here with this descent, it was just a tad more confident, a tad more speedy. It's easier to hit your depth that way. That doesn't mean you shouldn't control, but there should be a fine balance between speed and control. And he struck that beautifully.
Now into Glenn Vella, Malta, 222.5. Just like we said, he looked to be pacing to try and match his personal best.
Unfortunately, not today.
It happens when you try and go for a personal best.
Absolutely.
I mean, who's never failed a third squat?
I know I have.
I heard a sigh.
Yeah.
I think you have vivid memories from that third squat.
I do. I do.
Next up, German Spalbovs from Latvia, 222.5. He already scored a new personal best. He's looking to add another 2.5.
Had a solid second attempt. Let's see how this one goes. Come on, man. Let's go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Of course, no doubts about that squat. 3 white lights. That's all 9 white lights for him.
Very solid attempt selection here.
And we know usually a 2.5 in the squat event is not where lifters want to go, but if it's the realistic attempt, put it on, collect the attempt, and move on.
Yeah, you also don't know when they last hit their PR. Maybe it was just a couple of weeks ago.
Alminas Melis, Lithuania, 232.5. Another personal best in the making. All three attempts were personal best for him.
Let's see if he can end off on a perfect squat day. And he does. See the lights.
That was the right number too.
Yeah.
3 white lights, a good lift.
And he's happy with that, as he should be.
Maybe he had another extra 2.5, maybe not. So that was the right number to build some momentum into bench press.
Yeah.
Now Dassos Papakiriakou, Cyprus 235, another jump of 10. Looking to add another 5 to his personal best. Final squat as a junior lifted too. You want to make it count.
Yeah, there's definitely some extra pressure on him now. Yeah, and he doesn't crack under pressure.
He has every right to be happy with that one.
Exactly.
The exact right number for your final squat as a junior. Yeah, talk about a sticking point too.
Yeah.
And back to the multi, Sacabella, 240 kilos. The expected jump.
Bit of a wobbly second attempt. Let's see if he can make up for that with an extra 10 kilos.
One thing I'm looking at for these third attempts is lifters changing their routine. I want them repeating that same routine that's been working for them.
Taking their time.
Otherwise,
unfortunately
this is
not.
what happens.
Yeah, that's true.
Routine is part of performance.
Yeah.
And when you see lifters getting into their own head, changing up their routine, usually that doesn't work out in their favor.
Despite how hyped you can get, how excited you can be, how high the arousal is, just make sure you take your time to set up. Treat every attempt the same way. The weight on the bar is the weight on the bar. You just have to execute.
Now, Christopher Klutznik from Estonia going for a 10 kg personal best.
Unfortunately, fell over a bit.
Yeah, I think he hit the hole pretty hard at the
Yeah.
bottom.
Yeah.
It looked more like a technical issue than a strength issue.
I would agree.
Yeah, it really drops down there at the bottom.
Yeah, and got pitched forward. You can see the plate spinning forward as well.
242.5 for Petar Rendulic, Croatia. Jump of 10 for a 5 kg personal best. Is he bound to come?
Well, he should, because that was a very fast second attempt.
Took his time, but 30 more seconds to receive the squat command. That should be enough.
Yeah. Love the fact that he's taking his time.
Yeah, he's utilizing the whole minutes, not rushing himself into a squat.
Oh yeah, beautiful.
Wow, great way to open the hands, relax the upper back to maintain the bar positioning too. That is so difficult to do with a PR on your back.
Yep. But he executed perfectly.
Look at his hands on the replay. Slight relaxation when needed,
Yep.
not pushing on it. Nicely done. And now back to back 255 to see who walks away with the biggest squat of the C group. And for Leandro Viveros, it's a 15 kg personal best. I was not squatting 255 with 1 year of competitive experience, that's for sure. Only 1 year of squatting and you're squatting 255?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Oh, push.
Oh, so close!
Unfortunately. I feel like he lost a bit of tension in the hole, maybe sank it a bit too deep.
Yeah, 250 was there, 255 wasn't.
Yep.
But like we said, it's usual for lifters in that group to try and go all out, collect every kilo they can get. That tends to happen, but still, 240 for your first international, that's great. Final squad of the C group, Sim Kalmis from Estonia, 255. Come on, make us lie about the change of routine, because that was not the same. He looked to be strong enough at that attempt. Can he push it up?
And he's strong enough.
Yes.
Yes. Beautiful.
3 white lights, 3 for 3, new personal best.
Great attempt selection by Team Estonia over there. Very nice.
So that closes out the squad event for the 83Cs, and since it's only one group, you know the rulebook is going to be a 20-minute break for these guys to warm up for bench press. He tops out the B group with 255, but we're going to see some massive openers later on in the day in the B and A group of the 83s. We'll be back in 19 minutes now. See you then. And just like that, the wait is over. We are back in action in Druskininkai, Lithuania for the 2025 European Sub-Junior and Junior Classic Powerlifting Championships presented by Maniac Fitness. I'm still with Jochen Strubbe. How are you feeling?
Feeling good, feeling good. Feels like I'm coming alive right now. For the most exciting lift of the competition.
Oh yeah, of course, the bench press event. Openers ranging from 110 to 165. Do we have a bench specialist in the group?
I'd say so, yeah.
The Greek Yorgos Servakis opening with 165. That's interesting. Surely not one that can compete with the A group, but maybe the B group, I'd say so.
Yeah.
First one out, Leandro Viveros, 110.
Very easy opener.
Interestingly enough, his singlet is on backwards.
Huh. That is interesting. Maybe because the front of the singlet has a bigger gap, I'd say. Like the neck is a bit wider, so there's more surface of the t-shirt that's on the bench. Maybe the grip is a bit better. I'd
Maybe
say
that's it.
that would be the reason. But it definitely looks peculiar.
Yep. 115 for Karl Christopher Klusnik, Estonia.
Little shaky.
But 3 white lights, a good lift.
He was looking backwards at the bench, like, what was happening?
With all of the guests we've had on stream, we've been debating what's a good guideline for an opener. We came down to the conclusion that something you can Larsen press is a good guideline for an opener. Would you agree?
Damn. Well, now you put me on the spot here. I feel like that's very arbitrary to say.
Because of the carpet too. It was a question
Yeah.
of that. Like, if you can Larsen press, it means that you can bench it under any condition.
But maybe you heavily rely on your technique.
And Glenn Villa has to rely on his technique for that 120. Slight hiccup on the way up, but 3 white lights.
I'd say if you're like a longer range of motion bencher, you're a sinker, and you rely on the sink. I'd say it's harder to have.
That's true. It also
to
depends
have
on
a
the
good
technique.
Larsen.
Mm.
Yeah.
But even more so that you rely even more on the carpet than if you're sinking.
I'd say just look at the bench you train at in training. Make sure you have a conservative opener for this particular bench, because it gives you a little bit more range of motion. It's a harder pad, you sink less into it, and you rather have a safer opener than a risky one.
Is 120 a safe opener for Sim Kalmus from Estonia?
That was the fastest one yet.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Surely looks like it is a safe opener. 3 white lights. Yeah, that was, yep, lightning fast. I'd say maybe load 7.5. Let's not be too greedy with a 10, but 7.5 seems reasonable.
At this weight, it does make sense.
Next up, Dassos Papakyriakous, Cyprus, 127.5.
He's asking the spotter how to give the lift off, which is a very smart thing to do if you need one.
Yeah, it can throw you off badly if it's a bad one.
Yeah.
A bit segmented on the way up, but still 3 white lights. What do you attribute that to? Do you see anything that could have went wrong?
Yeah, I feel like the bar path shifted a bit too forward. Like, I would love to see a side angle on this, but I'd say, there we go, thank you so much. You can see like the bar just moved a little bit too much into a straight line and then backwards, instead of like this reverse J curve that you would love to see.
Petar Rendilic, Croatia, 130. He's gonna have to beat the buzzer with that one. 5 more seconds to receive the start command. Woo.
It's been like this every attempt. Luckily, he smoked the opener.
That's a man confident with his timing.
And at the end of the day, you have a full minute. If you want to take use of it, you can.
132.5 for Minas Medis, Lithuania.
Very controlled descent and very smoothly back upwards. Solid opener.
Same opening attempt for Zach Abella from Malta. At the middle of the pack of the 83Cs, all around 132, 135. Interesting to see who's the most consistent out of the bunch.
Beautiful opener. Let's see if we finish with a sea of green as we did on squats. Let's hope so.
Hopefully. Next up, Viljami Javanainen from Finland, 135. It didn't feel the best during the squat event. He still managed 237.5 at to X out his final squat. What is possibly happening with Mr. Javanainen?
Well, before I saw his body weight, I was thinking a rough cut, but that was a very, very fast opener. This will not be a repeat of squats.
And he used to be a 74, so
Oh, wow.
I'm not thinking about a cut here.
No. Maybe their peaking strategy went a bit wrong. Maybe he was still too fatigued, or his fitness wasn't high enough and he wasn't prepared properly.
Yeah, maybe that's what happened. Maybe he overperformed before the competition and
Yep.
now he's a bit gassed out.
Or pulled back too much. You never know.
Now German Popov, Latvia, 137.5. This one's a match personal best. Sinks hard into
Oh.
the chest, and I think I saw a bit of down up.
Yeah. And butt also lifted, I think.
Oh yeah, so 2 technical infractions to
Yeah.
correct in the second round. I think he'll need a bit more tension on the way down too.
It's unfortunate because I was going to say the Instagram comment section would love this bench. Flat back, lots of range of motion. Let's hope he comes back for it next attempt.
Final opener. Georgios Servakis from Greece, 165. He's benched 170 in the past. Is that a good opener or flying too close to the sun?
We don't know how his training went, so let's hope it. Let's hope he's not like Icarus.
Nice and control on the way down. Oh, that's a sticky first attempt though.
Yeah, definitely challenging.
Yeah, 3 white lights for something that looks more like a second or even a third.
Yeah.
And when I see that bench, I have 2 questions for you. For my first question, I will only tolerate one answer.
Damn.
What do you make of chalk on the glutes?
It doesn't make sense.
And what do you make of the use of a belt, which is very different?
Yeah, well, you can use it for a whole lot of reasons. So usually you see with the heavier weight lifters, it kind of pushes the stomach upwards, makes the sink a bit deeper, maybe gives you a little more push off the chest. Or maybe in his case, because he's a softer touch bencher, it limits his range of motion and his arch to make sure he gets bench depth.
And Leandro Viveros has put his singlet back, and so maybe someone asked for that, or
Yeah.
maybe just realized that it was on backwards.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but still, 2 for 2 so far in the
Yeah.
bench press event.
Or he's using strategies unbeknownst to us.
Oh, maybe that's what's happening.
Yeah.
We told you, long singlet might be the new meta. Strength, belief, determination, and strategy, apparently.
Yeah.
Now 120 for Christopher Klusnik, Estonia. Jump of 5 for a 5 kg personal best.
Fortunately, no lift.
Reopening the elbows in that position with somewhat of a narrow grip is difficult.
Yeah.
I mean, no else to go than a retake and hope for some more speed, some more momentum out of the chest. Glenvella, Malta, 125. That's not the softest soft touch we've ever seen, but it works. 3 white lights.
A little sticky off the chest, but after that, very smooth push through.
I think in that case you can only go for 2.5s, right?
Yeah. Unless you have good data, 5 would be a smart decision.
Yeah,
but,
if you know what went wrong in terms of tension, etc., maybe.
but then again, is it worth it?
Now Sim Kalmis, Estonia, 127.5. The expected jump of 7.5.
Yeah. That was a good second attempt.
Yeah, 3 white lights, a good lift. The thing is, he has a long range of motion. So once again, in that case, not to be too pessimistic, but I think 2.5 is the move.
I would agree. I would agree.
The same jump of 7.5, but from 130 to 137.5 for Petar Endelic, Croatia. Come on, Kenny, grind it out. I don't think the bar ever dipped, so it should be up to standards.
What a fight.
1 blue still from our chief ref, maybe for soft lock out of the elbows at the top.
Maybe. Let's see.
It's the correct angle to judge. That's a pause, that's not a dip. He keeps on pushing. Elbows
Elbows
seem
are
to be
locked.
locked out.
Yeah. See if the jury says something.
When it's a 2-to-1 like this, but a white light, do you sometimes go up to the jury or do you just leave it up be?
Just get off the platform as fast as you can.
Yeah, I
Go-
think you try and sell the lift, be
Yeah.
confident with it.
Yeah.
Because if you go up the jury, it means you're not really that confident with the lift.
Yeah.
But we see a lot of coaches do that as if they could argue the lift.
Mm-mm.
Now Datos Papakiriakou from Cyprus, 137.5, jump of 10.
Okay.
3 white lights, but some struggles to control his wrist while trying to press up.
Yeah, I'd say 2.5 on that as well.
Would you cue him something for his wrist that starts to roll, or maybe readjust the wrist wraps? I don't know.
What I've seen is that lifters can sometimes get a little bit lazy with the positioning of their wrist because of wearing the wrist straps. It gives them this sense of like safety, and they just let their wrist extend a bit too much and rest on the wrist strap, which isn't necessarily a good thing because for the most part you try to stay as stacked as possible.
A retake from the first round for Charman's pop-off. This time it goes up without a dip, and it's 3 white lights. It did look very different.
Yeah.
Maybe he just needed to adapt to that pad.
Yeah, that was very easy.
But still, very aggressive sink into the chest.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really utilize that momentum from the leg drive to push away. Oh, a technique yet to be optimized, I would say. But I mean, these lifters are only juniors. Some of them are 19-year-olds. We can't expect them to be as mature, technically speaking, as the Jurin Skingamus that have been doing it for years.
I agree.
Now, Minas Melis, Lithuania, 140 kilos. Personal best of 5. Shall he manage the weight?
Nice fight.
And 3 white lights, a good lift. Once again, I mean, we're going to see a sea of green and 2.5s added to that green, I think.
There's no shame in adding 2.5.
And 2.5 on the bench can make a world of a difference.
Exactly.
Next up, Zacabella, Malta, 140.
That was nice.
I thought for a second that he might have missed the command, but probably he timed it well. It's going to be 3 white lights. I want to have a quick look at the replay. Did the bar fully stabilize, in your opinion, at the bottom there?
I think it did. It was quick.
This was slowed down too. I think there was proper timing from him. But I mean, when you stabilize quickly, it makes for a quick press command, and it's up to you whether or not you stabilize quickly.
Exactly.
Chief Ref is not against you, he just follows the rulebook. Now Viljami Javanainen, Finland, 142.5, jump of 7.5. Still cruising a bit below his personal best.
Again, very
Wow,
fast.
he
Yeah.
regained momentum.
Yeah, definitely. Basically moved the same as the opener. Maybe he had some injuries we don't know about.
But he seems to be heating up in the bench press event. Now into an impressive 170 in the second round of the C group. We're expecting medal position in the bench press to play around 185, 190. I'm thinking about Mensen and Dagu and those guys, but still 170 as his second attempt in the C group. That's pretty impressive. However, it was just 10 minutes ago and it did look like a tough first attempt.
Yeah.
But maybe it was just a bit of time for him to adapt to the pad once again, the rhythm of the chief referee. And maybe he hits up with this one. Nice in control. Can he push it up?
Unfortunately not.
Nope, not stronger than the sticking point this time. And it's going to be one tough retake in the third round. But I know the coach in you disapproves that jump.
Yeah.
You would have adapted to a 2.5, maybe to try and regain some momentum, collect kilos.
I would have, yes. Yeah. But maybe I also would have opened up a bit more conservatively. But again, it's always easy to say. Hindsight, it will always be 20/20.
Yeah, maybe everything indicated that could have been a reasonable opener.
Yeah.
And even if that's the case, then you adapt on the day if it doesn't move as expected.
Absolutely.
Now 117.5 for Leandro Viveiros, Portugal, jump of 2.5. He's trying to extend his personal best.
Unfortunately, no lift.
I think he might have slipped a bit on the
Yeah.
bench.
Maybe he should have kept the singlets backwards.
That's what I wanted to say. Maybe some more chalk or the singlet the opposite way around. Now time for revenge for Kristoffer Klusnik from Estonia. He's retaking 120 for a personal best of 5. At difficulties reopening his elbows last time around.
Yep. Unfortunately, the feet were slipping too.
Yes, that's going to be 1-4-3. Yeah, shaky stuff. Glenn Villa, Malta 127.5, looking to match his personal best. Slightly missed out on it in the squat. But there were nowhere else to go in the bench press event. He's taking the smallest jump possible when it's not a record attempt.
Very nice.
He kept on pushing and it goes up. 3 white lights. Match personal best on the European platform for the Maltese. Sim Kalmus, Estonia, also going for 2.5 and to match his personal best of 130.
Another nice third attempt. Definitely had some room left in the tank there. But 2.5 was a good decision.
Yeah, because with 2.5 more, it could have been exponentially harder.
Yeah.
Next up, Petar Andelic, Croatia, 140. Also looking to add 2.5 to match his personal best. That nose strip seemed to be a trend this championship. We've seen a lot of lifters and coaches having those nose strips.
I think it's mostly placebo.
Placebo is one of the best medicine.
That's true.
Good breathing for a good bracing. That would help in the bench. Open that rib cage up. Not this time though.
Unfortunately, the nose strips didn't help.
Down to Dassos Papakiriakou. Same second attempt, same third from 137.5 to 140. It looks like scoring a personal best in the bench press event is more difficult than scoring one in the squat event for the 83C.
Fortunately. Even if he gotten that up, there was some downwards.
Yeah. But do you think he just gave up because he felt the down up or because he ran out of steam?
Could be either.
Because I think in that case you would advise your lifter to try and keep pushing, try and sell the lift, maybe if there's a chance.
Mm, I don't know. I don't know. Like this was pretty clear. So
Yeah, I would
at the
agree.
end of the day,
Save the gas.
yeah, even if it's just bench, it could cramp your back up or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Minas Medius Lithuania 142.5. This would be a personal best of 2.5.
Replays.
Didn't he cover the rings?
I think. I'm not sure.
Maybe it was elbows.
Ah. Fortunately, not today.
I mean, unracking twice is difficult. I'd say sometimes unracking is the most difficult part of the lift.
Especially on the third attempt. Doing it twice, not easy to get it then.
Oh yeah. 4 more attempts to go in the third round for the 83C. German Spopov, Latvia 142.5. 5 more kilos might be a big ask with such an aggressive bench press.
But it did move quickly. And he made it happen.
That might have been his best attempt so far.
Yeah. There we go.
I mean, great way to trust yourself and trust your lifter. Going for 5 above that 137.5, I was not expecting it. Would you say that's elbow drive? Using the elbows back under the bar to try and push up. Wow. Next up, already on the platform is Zacabella, Malta, 145. Jump of 5 for a personal best of 2.5. Sticky.
Not.
Once again, there were nowhere else to go. It was the right decision to try and attempt it. A pretty sizable jump now. A bigger jump from the second to the third and from the first to the second for Viljami Jevanainen.
It was moving very, very fast.
Yeah, we thought he regained momentum. He was starting to heat up. Looking to add 10 on his bench. That changes a lot of things.
And he did it.
3 white lights.
And he's happy with that.
Maybe some small back cramp as he walks down the platform. I mean, when you jump 10 like that, I'll take that. Final attempt. And Jochen, it's 170 again for Georgios Savakis. Can he make some magic happen?
Maybe the excitement of the crowd will do something for him. Let's hope.
It does add kilos to your bench. Yep.
I feel like he got it off the chest quicker this time, but still nothing.
He had a chance, he attempted it. He still walks away with the biggest bench of the C group.
Yep.
But had he opened lower, maybe he could have scored 167.5 if he opened on 160. Maybe.
Maybe.
Who knows?
It just gives a worse perception if you just get your opener.
Exactly. In terms of confidence, you would have been better off with 2 attempts before attacking deadlifts.
Yeah.
So that rounds us up for squat and bench. We'll be back in about 20 minutes for deadlifts. See you then. And we are back live on the EPF YouTube channel. The 20 minutes have flown by. We're back for the 2025 European Sub-Junior and Junior Classic Powerlifting Championships. Live from Druskininkai, Lithuania, presented by Maniac Fitness. I haven't changed my name. I'm still Alexander Daike, RDE coach. And to my right, it's Mr. Coach, podcast host, and athletes at IPF World, Jochen Strubbe.
Hello.
11 openers ranging from 190 to 265. That's quite a range of openers in the same group. And it's our bench specialist that's going to be the first one out, Georgios Servakis from Greece, 190.
Am I right by saying that he dropped his opener by 15 kilos? I thought it was 205 before.
No, he upped it. It was 187.5.
Really? Okay. Well,
he upped it by 2.5.
Then he's confident.
Just to round out his total to 560.
And that was a smooth opener.
Three white lights, a good lift. Two of the lifters have changed their openers, Minas Melis and Glenn Vela. In what case do you change an opener? If the warm-ups are going smoothly, maybe the opposite, it's too hard, maybe you're aiming at a total?
I think I would rarely up the opener. I would rather downscale in a lot of cases if I see things aren't moving the way we want it to move. But like upscaling, I feel like the opener should allow for a bigger jump to take place from the first to the second, unless things are moving insanely well. But
now Zacabella Malta 220. Can it move insanely well?
I'd say it did.
Yeah, that's a very reasonable opener. Three white lights, a good lift. One thing I want to ask you is, do you think that lowering an opener can have a nocebo effect on the athlete? Oh, my coach has dropped down my opener. Maybe I'm not that good today.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So you would rather risk maintaining the opener?
No, I wouldn't. But I feel like this is a conversation you should have, the coach should have with the athletes. And in some cases, the athlete will feel more comfortable. But oftentimes in the back of their head, they'll feel like, I'm not on today because we dropped the opener.
Okay. So it's a risk reward. It depends on the athlete.
Yeah, but they can still obviously surprise themselves on the platform.
True. That is Bakiraku from Cyprus, 230 kilos.
Clean looking opener.
Three white lights, a good lift. Hoping to see a lot more of that in the first round. Next up, Arminas Meilus, Lithuania, 235 kilos, opening just 10 kilos shy of his personal best. He squatted 232.5, bench 140, that would give him 607.5.
Not the fastest, but very steady.
Yeah, lots of friction all throughout the lift.
Yeah.
That's good that he maintains bar proximity, but too much friction is difficult. It hinders performance.
Yeah, that's why he's wearing a lot of baby powder.
Now to Viljami Jevanainen, Finland, 235. His personal best is 242.5. This time he's opening much closer.
Yeah. And that looked like a fair opener.
Yeah, three white lights, a good lift. It's good that we're seeing a lot of variety in terms of technique. Hook grip, mixed grip, wide sumos, semi-sumo, conventionals in the same weight class.
Yeah.
There's no one-size-fits-all in terms of deadlift technique.
All based on leverages, anthropometry, and we're seeing a whole lot of differences there.
Now Kristoffer Klusnik from Estonia. Almost the same stance, but opting for mixed grip.
Very smooth opener.
And three white lights, a good lift. Choosing your grip is also difficult. When you're mixed gripping, which hand is going to be pronated? Does it need to feel natural? Do you choose it from hand positioning, grip strength?
I feel like you'll know. You'll know when
it needs to click.
Yeah, exactly. When you know, you know.
How about the grip for Glenn Villa, opening with 240? The exact same grip,
Yeah.
pronated on the right. It seems to be very efficient for him. 3 white lights, but he's looking at his hand. Maybe he tore a callus.
Yeah.
But I feel like mixed grip, even if you tear a callus, you can still pull.
Yeah.
When you tear your thumb while hook gripping, you're done for the day.
Yeah. That's definitely true. Just have to commit to the pain. Maybe put some liquid chalk in there.
Hey, mixed grip is king.
I agree.
Strong mixed grip advocate here.
Yeah, me too.
Hell yeah, that's 2 of us on the stream. That's not often that's the case.
Really?
Yeah. Now Sim Kalmus Estonia 245. Yeah, no chalk on the thumbs. I was not expecting a hook grip here.
Mhm.
We can see them coming.
We know our kind.
Real recognizes real.
Yeah, exactly. Beautiful opener.
Yeah, that's 3 white lights, a good lift.
I think also most world records are pulled with mixed grip. So
Yeah,
I think so, yeah.
we would have to check that. If we have data enthusiasts in the chat, drop down a comment. We'll check that later on.
I hope I'm not wrong. But I think it's the case.
Next up, Leandro Viveiros, Portugal 252.5. I know the stat is real. There are way more squat world records in soft sleeve than
Exactly, yeah.
stiff sleeves. I know that stat. But we'll have to check for deadlift record. That is super interesting actually. And a very comfortable opener for Leandro. Long leg singlet meta.
But he was still wearing baby powder on there.
But correct me if I'm wrong, but he's not wearing deadlift socks, which is not allowed.
Ooh.
I think it's difficult to see for the technical controller, but that needs to be in check for the second attempt.
Yep.
But yesterday in the 57, we saw someone coming on the platform without socks. Whatever. 2 more attempts to go in the first round. Petar Indilic, Croatia, 265. It's so abnormal to see someone coming without socks that you don't usually think that you need to check the socks when you're a technical controller.
Yeah. But when they're not there, it should be very apparent.
Yeah, it should. So for Petar, he squatted 242.5, bench 137.5.
Oh wow.
And just like that, it tops out the C group, 3 white lights. It's looking like a fight between Rendulic and Kalmus to top out the C group.
Mhm.
And as a competitor, yes, you're fighting with the B group, the A group, but inside the flight, you want to be the first one.
Yeah.
Come on. With that final pull, they're going to pull for quote-unquote positions, even though these are not definitive positions. Now, German Spava, final opener, 265. Oh, that's sticky above the knees. I'd say that's supporting
Yeah.
on the thighs.
Yeah.
How does that look on the replay? What can you see and cue for this not to happen in the second
I
round?
feel like he dropped his hips a bit too low. Knees got too far in front.
So issue with the starting position
Yeah,
there.
I'd say so, yeah.
Okay. So everyone but Popov is on the board after the first round of the deadlifts.
But maybe he repeats it the same way as he did with bench. Just
Yeah.
coming back and smoking the second one.
But we've seen a lot of lifters improve slightly their first attempt when they wobble
Mhm.
in their sumo, but I wouldn't say that's a wobble.
No.
Now a big jump for Georgios Selvakis from Greece, 207.5, just try and deadlift more than he squatted.
As we said, he's confident. If he upped the opener, must be feeling strong. Okay, a little sticky at the lockout, but
Yeah, but a conventional can get real grindy. That's
Yep.
3 white lights, solid second attempt. So 205, 165, and 207.5. His personal best is 212.5. I think he can match it.
should be possible.
Anything above that is a risk,
Yeah.
but I'd say 212.5 is worth taking. Next up, Zacabella, Malta, 240 kilos.
20 kilo jump.
Sizable.
Yeah.
Still pretty smooth, actually.
Yeah. Despite the big jump. They definitely know what they're doing.
And big jumps can fit a lot of people. It can fit the lifters that lack stamina and only have one pull in them. It can also fit lifters that need confidence with their opener. So more and more lifters, even in a smaller frame, smaller weight classes, are opting for big jumps, especially in the deadlift event.
Yeah.
We even see lifters scrapping out the second attempt now. It's becoming a strat. Viljami Javanainen, Finland, 245 kilos, a jump of 10. This is 2.5 above his personal best. Can he score his first personal best of the day?
Fortunately not on this attempt. Looks like strength is there.
Were his thumbs on the smooth part of the bar or were they above the knurling? I think they're a bit on the smooth.
Yeah, that's always risky.
I think unless if you're Joe Bornstein, you wouldn't want to do that. He's an anomaly. Don't look at what he's doing.
Please don't.
You're gonna have a headache.
Just mixed grip.
Just let him be. Just don't mind him. Yeah, just mixed grip basically. Now Dassos Papakiriakou Cyprus 247.5, jump of 17.5, 2.5 above his personal best.
Still very steadily.
Yeah, wedging all throughout the lift. Great use of the hips. 3 white lights. Yeah, there's more on that pull.
Yeah, for sure.
Now to Glenvella Malta 252.5, jump of 12.5. Coach has asked for a quick brush of the bar. It's mandatory in the 3rd round, but up to the chief referee's discretion in the 1st and 2nd. I think this one is just a paced second attempt to try and see if he can reach the 600, but he misses on what looks like both grip and strength now.
Yeah, he was already looking at his hands after the first one.
Yep,
So
we
there
thought
should
he'd
have
tear a
been
callus.
Yeah.
Can we see anything on the replay, Jochen?
Nah,
Yeah, that
honestly,
right
it looked like strength. Yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes lifters play it off by
Yeah.
saying it, oh, it's the grip, but it is strength. We've seen that before.
Yeah. That's how I do it, at least.
Guilty. Arminas Melis, Lithuania, 255, jump of 20. 10 kg personal best in the 2nd round. Still
Yeah.
loads of friction.
Yeah. But a clean pull. Oh, not that clean. But
Yeah, 1 red from the front, but he has pretty broad shoulders.
Yeah.
It's difficult to judge from the front. Let's see the side angle. Let me know if you think he's at risk from a jury intervention with that one.
it looks fine. Looks
Yeah.
fine to me.
Jury seems to be happy with it. Next lifter out, Georg Christopher Klusnik from Estonia. Same opener, same second attempt.
Yeah.
Shaky knees, but I think that's a proper lockout.
Yeah. See, very curious to see what they load up next. How much they think is left in there.
I mean, that third deadlift might be the most unpredictable lift. Lifters tend to find another gear, more adrenaline, something happens in the third round of deadlifts. Sim Kalmus, Estonia, 260 kilos, jumper 15. This wants to match his personal best and retake the lead of the C group on body weight. Bit of a hyperventilation going to get the blood flowing. And
But
it works.
Yep. Very smooth pull. I think so far the smoothest pull we've seen these second attempts.
Yeah, maybe he feeds off the adrenaline and he needs some of that to pull. Three more pulls to go in the second round. We have Germans, Leandro and Petar lined up for us. And German's Popov is yet to be on the board. He's retaking 265. Better starting position.
Definitely. Still a little wobbly, but miles better than
Yeah.
his first one. Absolutely.
Coach Strubbe approves. I know you've been coaching Estonians. Maybe you're going to coach Latvian in the future.
I think that would be very cool.
He's expanding. Leandro Viveros, Portugal, 272.5. Another jump of 20. Sizable personal best of 12.5.
Also with the singlet on the correct way.
I think he has deadlift socks on.
Yeah, he has them on. I can see the logo. And a smooth pull. No real sticking points. Yeah, he has socks on, for sure.
Yep. How much more can you add onto that pool? I'd say top end is probably 7.5.
I'd say 7.5 is a safe call.
So maybe 10 then.
Maybe. Maybe he's a grinder. Just as long as he doesn't lose too much position off the floor, he should be fine.
We're gonna watch close, see what ticket comes in from him, as we also watch Petar Rendelic from Croatia. 282.5. Personal best of 2.5 for Petar. Hopefully that's not registered as a proper attempt.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it can be registered as that and you get yellow lighted. Oh yeah, that's a real fingertip mixed grip.
Beautiful. That's a gorgeous pull. Very nice.
So out of 22 attempts, 3 have been missed. Still a pretty green scoreboard. We'd love to see it. And we have third attempts ranging from 220 to at least 277.5. But we might see more from Petar. I think he's not going to stay on 282.5. He has another pull in him. But, like, once again, this is the C group. We're expecting guys from the A group to push above 330 in the deadlift event. That's insane to say, but that's the case.
Sport has grown so much over these past few years.
Now a bigger jump maybe than we had anticipated from Giorgos Sarvakis from Greece. 220 kilos.
Probably has some personal goals.
Oh yeah.
220 is a beautiful milestone to hit. Let's
This
see
is
if he
for
does it.
519 total.
Oh, wow. Let's see. Come on, man. Finish.
Can he lock it out?
And he's locking it out. Let's see what
How
the
about the
referees
shoulders
say.
on that pull?
Ooh, 2-1.
Not safe yet from a jury intervention, but a good lift so far. Do you think there's any supporting on the thighs here? Ooh, maybe the knees went back into flexion under the
Yeah.
bar.
Yeah, it's a very close call. And then
I think they're gonna press the remote. No, they pushed back the remote. I think the lift might stand. Still some discussions happening.
oh wow.
All three refs need to be unanimous for the lift to get overturned. Yep, it's not happening. The lift will stand. It was borderline.
Yeah, definitely. But congrats to the lifter from Greece.
Now Viljami Jevanainen, Finland, is retaking 245. It looked good enough for it in terms of strength, but it's the grip that gave upon the bar. Looking at his hands before walking up to the bar, usually that's not a great sign, Jochen.
It's quite the opposite of a great sign. But let's see. See, strength is no issue, and this time he held on to it beautifully. He was good for definitely a few more kilos there.
Yeah, in terms of strength, that was never a problem.
No,
So maybe it's just the end positioning that was wrong last time.
that's the risky thing with a grip that's as technical as a hook grip. And that is why, once again,
Mixed grip is king.
exactly.
But if you have like gigantic hands
Yeah.
and you can manage the hook grip, it makes for a very symmetrical grip,
Yep.
optimized in terms of range of motion. So it could be suitable for some lifters.
Especially for sumo.
Now Zacabella Malta 247.5, jump of 7.5 to round it up to 617.5 in total.
It's the sticking point. Fights for it. And unfortunately loses it.
I
right
was
at the
so
lockouts.
close. This would have matched his nominations. So reproducing what you did at a local meet at Europeans would have been great.
Yep.
Just doesn't happen with that final pull. He also lost out on 10 kilos in the squat. It was a difficult task now to match his personal best. The second retake of the third round, Jevanainen managed to retake it properly. Can Glenn Villa from Malta do the same thing? It was a different issue for Vella. It looked like strength.
Yep.
Was not a grip issue.
Unfortunately, not today.
Yep, the Freud decided to be the sticking point. The
Yeah.
bar didn't budge, no lift. And once again, this is not to take anything away from the lifter. It happens at the end of the day. It's a long group, long competition, but short warm-up times. They've never stopped with 20-minute breaks. They're out the platform, straight to warm-ups, back on the platform. Just ran out of stamina, ran out of strength.
Yeah, it's pretty intense. It's pretty intense, especially if you're one of the last squatters, let's say, and you're one of the first benches.
Yeah, last out, first in, that's difficult.
Exactly.
Now, Tatsos Papakyriakou, Cyprus 257.5, a final jump of 10 for that same amount of a personal best. He already beat his nominations by 5. One scrappy final pull.
Oh.
Yeah, I said 7.5. You said 10 could have been there. It was indeed. It's just the grip that gave up on
Yeah.
the bar at the top.
And that's why the 7.5 would have been the safe call. But again, hindsight 2020 always.
Exact. But I mean, with one final pull, you want to empty the tank. You want to
Yeah.
battle. You want that feeling.
There's nothing to lose here.
Nah. I also like seeing lifters going all out. I like the passion of the lifters coming on for
Yeah.
their last deadlift.
Yeah.
Gives me goosebumps. I want to be on the platform with them. You know, enjoying it from the commentary booth is great, but the emotions on the platform are intense.
Yeah.
This is why sometimes being a spotter at a competition is great. You get to live the moment with the lifters, and also we need spotters. So huge shout out to the spotting team here. They've been great
Yeah.
to us. Now get Christopher Klusnik, Estonia, 262.5, personal best of 1.5. But I mean, any personal best is a personal best.
Ah, again, not today. Great effort.
Yeah, still a personal best total of 12.
Yep.
So not too shabby at all. So out of the first 6, only 2 have been successful. Can Arminas Smelius from Lithuania be successful with 265? It's a personal best of 10. He already has a massive personal best of 25 in total. I'll take that any day.
I was gonna say the same thing. I'd be happy with that.
I mean, even more at your level now. But you keep improving. 13th at Worlds, if I'm correct. That's pretty solid.
Again, not today, unfortunately.
Still a 25k GPR. Hats off to you, young man, and you'll be back next year.
Yep, definitely.
Pretty happy I got the 13 correct though. Good memory.
Yeah, wasn't that happy with being 13th though.
Hey, next year top 10 minimum.
Let's see. That'd be nice.
Now Sim Kalmus, Estonia, 265, jump of 5.
Very humble. Let's go Team Estonia.
Just to round it up to 650. Personal best of 7.5 in total.
Let's go. Beautiful. What a great pull.
Yeah, nice final deadlift. 3 white lights, good day. Solid performance from him.
Yep, definitely. Very consistent across the board.
Yeah, I mean, if he goes from competitions to competition, adding 7.5 to his total, that's great.
Yep.
3 more pulls to go. Next up is Leandro Viveros from Portugal. He's adding 5 to his final pull. Is it personal best in all 3 events so far? He was nominated under 600. This one will give him 632.5.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I like the stun
No, me neither.
because it puts a lot of baby powder on the bar. But it's a strength issue, not a grip issue. And I like him just taking a few seconds to thank the referees.
Yeah.
You wouldn't imagine how hard it is to be a referee in these sessions. The lights, the heats, the focus you need. Thanks to the referees also coming from each and every nation. We have Georgia, Belgium, Spain, Italy, Croatia, Czechia. 6 refs, 6 nations. Now German's Popov, Latvia, 277.5, a jump of 12.5. The same issue as his first attempt. It's the starting position that cost him the lockout.
Yeah, definitely. Takes his time to thank the spotters.
Great
and the
sportsmanship
referees.
once again.
Yeah.
He's had an up and down day, but still in good spirits. Love to see that.
Yeah, always. One final pull.
And a pretty big one too.
Exactly.
292.5, personal best is 10 at stake for Peter Endelic. The Croatian looking to top out the C group of the 83s.
Already in first place. Looking to extend the total by an extra 10.
Yeah, he was nominated with 647.5. He already has 662.5. Good improvement for the 19-year-old. A lot of time in the junior still.
Yeah. Sometimes it still baffles me how young these... I'm gonna say it, these kids are.
Yeah, exactly. Youngsters pulling close to 300. Wow.
Yeah.
Same exact routine. That was not an attempt. Please don't yellow light him. But we've seen experienced lifters getting yellow lighted for that. I'm thinking about maybe in Goka.
Yep. And he finishes out
Wow.
the day
Strong
beautifully.
final pull.
Yeah.
3 white lights, 3 for 3 in the deadlift. Sizable personal best. 672.5 in total.
You know what? Maybe it was the no strips.
Maybe it was.
Yeah,
No strip for deadlifts.
definitely.
Put it in the Instagram caption of the meet recap. So totals in the C group ranging from 580 to 672.5. I'm interested to see how the 672.5 ranks up against the B group. B group that will start at 1. So we'll have a participation medal ceremony for these guys, and we'll be back at 1 for the second flight of the day. Once again, Jochen, thanks for your time. Thanks for your expertise. It was great to have you on at the commentary booth.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Hopefully we'll do that again in the near future.
That'd be really nice. Thank you
And
so
best
much.
of luck for your prep. See you at Euros for coaching and
Yep.
at Worlds for competing.
And coaching as well, yeah.
Awesome. See you at 1 for the second flight of the day.